Hello everybody. Today we'll talk about the formula SUMIFS. Now it's one of the most underutilized formulas, especially with the replacement of SUMIF formula with the more powerful formula SUMIFS, S, an extra S for multiple criteria. So we start with a discussion which says column A has the party name or the client. It has made me payment over a period of time through various modes: online transfer, NEFT, or through check, or via cash. Now to start with, what I want is, in the cell which I have colored as yellow, it is one of the input cells. It says whenever the name is TCS, all the payments which we have received against TCS in total, that should be given as summation. So 80,000 plus 55,000 plus 70,000, all these three values should be a part of my answer in this blank cell. So we start with a formula SUMIFS. Now I am sure that some of you, just one of those few, would be wondering why are we not using VLOOKUP at this point. Well, if we had used VLOOKUP, lookup value would have been TCS and the table array would have inevitably been this entire data array, table array, which I'm going to fix, F4 comma, column index number 1, 2, 3, third is where the answer lies, and false for an exact match. Now this will only give you the first instance of TCS, not the total, and that's the reason why we are using SUMIFS in the first place. So SUMIFS, pressing the tab key, clicking on FX, and we get the function argument. Now there's a small bug in Microsoft Excel SUMIFS formula. At the outset you will be presented with two input boxes, but mind you, as you click on the second one, the third appears, fourth appears, fourth and fifth appears. And you can also move across these text boxes by pressing tab key or pressing shift tab key in case you want to make the cursor move in the upper direction. So now we focus on the criteria 1. Notice they come in pairs, criteria 1 and criteria range 1. The logic behind them is that your one single cell value or single cell criteria is the cell which is marked in dark yellow. That's the criteria. Now I would be taking the value from the TCS on the above here, not one below, because tomorrow if I change this to IBM, I want a revised answer. So criteria being TCS, I go to the next box, and the next box above it, which is shift tab key, will take me there, and therein I choose the entire range where I can find TCS values. Now you can take with header, you can take without header, but ensure that you keep this range consistent in case you go ahead and choose the sum range in future, which we'll see right now. So at this point in time, I'll press F4. This is to ensure that if at all I feel the need to copy paste the formula down, the criteria range doesn't shift down along with it. Then I press shift tab key when my cursor is taken to the first box, sum range, and make sure that you are choosing the range of values which needs to be summed up, and that too in consistency with the criteria range, which means if you choose the range 1 more than what you had taken for criteria range, let's say from 8 to 15, this time if I am taking 7 to 15, although I press F4, I still don't get the answer in the sample preview. So I make sure I make that amendment. I start with 8. So now couple of observations before I press enter. I'm getting the answer 205,000. Then F4 has been applied to both these ranges and both are starting and ending at the same level. As I press OK, notice I get 205,000, and if I change the value to IBM, answer changes, and that's what we want. In the next video, we'll also see how to cater to two variables. For example, I don't want to find out an answer which says TCS all payment 205,000. I only want to find out TCS NEFT 80,000, TCS NEFT 55. Combination of them is 135,000. This is a two variable SUMIFS which we will discuss in the next video.
I hope you enjoyed our YouTube videos, and I really appreciate that if you could subscribe to our videos, which will also encourage me to give more such videos in the times to come. And you can also watch some of our popular programs which have been liked by a lot of viewers. See you soon.